Good morning, guys. I want to thank you for again listening to this speech entitled The Student Veterans Transition. So I want to ask you guys a question. What comes to mind when you hear the words student veteran? Although I asked you guys that question, I'm going to provide you a little bit of the answer. I automatically think of hero, volunteer, sacrifice, brothers and sisters in arms. Today, most people associate the word veteran with the Iraq and Afghanistan war and the deaths of Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden. However, student veterans we associate with college level experiences. Many veterans have thoughts about returning to the classroom to achieve that college experience, but they become discouraged because they start the process and they're not sure with all the red tape and all of the things associated with returning to the classroom. They become discouraged. They don't want to finish the process. In 2010 alone, there were roughly 17,000 student veterans enrolled in Florida's colleges, and this is from the veterans in the Florida college system. In 2011, I began Pensacola State College. After the next semester, I will be walking with my associate's degree. I tell you guys to say this, that the transition is possible and the experience is there. I will explain next the three basic items needed to help ease the transition from the battlefield to the classroom, which includes the most needed documentation to enroll, what forms needed to be filled out, and who to speak with upon coming onto campus. We start with the most important documents first. Everyone knows this document. It's your DD-214. I hope everyone has their DD-214. Without this important document, no one knows and can really truly verify that you actually served in the military. The DD-214 to us veterans is more important, honestly, than our driver's license or our ID, because that is the document that shows every single thing that we accomplished in the military, our time in service, the medals that we've earned, and more importantly, the discharge that we received. The next important documentation that you're going to need are two forms of ID. Although I said the DD-214 in most cases is more important than your ID, once you get out of the military, you need to have some kind of documentation that shows who you are. So that would be your driver's license, or your just state registered, state issued ID, I should say, or your social security card. Those would work, or your passport. And also to register, you're going to need your prior year's tax form. Most of you guys and most of us in this room, we don't have a prior year's tax form, so all we actually need is a tax exempt form that states that we didn't file taxes the previous year, and then the school will accept that as well. And the reason you need this information is for your financial aid. Most of us will be filling out FAFSAs that help with the GI Bill. We can get that in conjunction with the GI Bill, but it's for financial reasons why the school needs that and why you would need that as well. After that, after completing these forms, the next thing we're going to need to do, basically, because you're going to complete those forms and have those documents on your own time, the next thing you're going to need to do is fill out your VA forms. The little lovely forms I like to call the 22 1990s, which is your request for education benefits, the 22 8691, which in most cases a lot of veterans don't know that you can do a work-study program in conjunction with VRAP, in conjunction with your GI Bill. You can also do a federal work-study program, and that form will actually allow you to do that as well, and it does not take away from your tuition or your GI Bill as well. You're also going to need 22 1990R, which in layman's terms is your Veterans Retraining Assistance Program, VRAP. So once you fill that out and actually submitted that electronically, you're going to get a certificate of eligibility. And once you receive that letter that says you're eligible for the Veterans Retraining Assistance Program or the Montgomery GI Bill, you're going to take that with you to Pensacola State College, and you're going to go to the registration building. The registration building is actually where you're going to get the forms to actually enroll into Pensacola State College. That's going to be the next important service. After enrolling in Pensacola State College, you're going to go to Building 6, which is the Vet Services area. You're going to complete any testing that's required for enrollment so they can actually place you where you need to be placed. You're also going to talk to the Veteran Services individuals who are going to do the paperwork on the school side of things to get you to connect with the VA side of things, to get you your money. Upon doing that, you're going to want to take the forms that you filled out, the request for education benefits, your VRAP form to Vet Services, and with your certificate of eligibility, and they're going to put you in your system, and they're going to certify that you are enrolled in Pensacola State College, and that you're enrolled in this many credit hours, and that you're going to be receiving your money upon this time. Now, from here to the next phase, you begin classes. And you begin the next phase of your life, which is transitioning to the battlefield, to the classroom, and in hopes of walking with your degree. In the final review, what I explained just recently is I explained to you the forms that you need, the documents that you need. I went over the exact forms that you need, and I informed you of where to go when you go onto campus. The veterans are the backbone of our country. You guys know that we care, we sacrifice, and we give back to the community. As we transition to the classroom and then to the workforce, we become job creators. We served our country with honor, courage, and commitment, and we learned from serving what it takes to be survivors in the workforce. I say to you guys, do not be discouraged of the process of going back to school. I tell you to be encouraged by the experience. Be leaders, and most of all, enjoy the path we as veterans have earned. I thank you very much for your time.
Melissa wants to speak. Do you give people